Hi everyone, this is the Dupe Parenting Podcast. My name is Ibrahim Suleiman.
And my name is Ejiofor Suleiman.
And we have our friends here. I love it. See, that's why they're here.
Welcome to the Waiting Pod.
Hey, I'm chewing gum. Well, it's okay.
They will know you don't have home training. Ha! No, I'm not shouting because of your home training. Maybe sometimes you don't have home training. Okay.
Emotional damage. Hey!
Baby.
Don't baby me, my friend. Oh, yeah, baby me small.
Baby.
Stop.
Baby, guess what?
What?
The final episode
Of season 2 of the Dupe Parenting Podcast.
We did it.
But see, and you guys are the real MVPs. Thank you so much. Like,
are we thanking them now first?
yes, now let's thank them. It's okay. We'll thank them again at the end. But you know,
Who, the
if they're
viewers?
watching this, yes, if the viewers are watching this right now, it means that you have, thank you. You guys have coasted along and come along.
Thank you for always being on our cases and asking us, when is season 2 coming out? When is season 2? And
you know, I'm so relieved.
And I kept posting.
There's some people on Twitter
posting
that now I'll be able to breathe. I can breathe for at least another 3 months. Like, let's the parents breathe. Because some people are like, you're coming. Somebody actually said to me, you're coming here to come and tweet about Keon. Won't you give us our podcast? I'm like, sorry, bro. Yeah, you can tweet, but you cannot give us Dupe Parenting Podcast. I'm just like, come on now, my guy.
But it's not our fault because
it's expensive.
It's expensive. To create
it's expensive.
This content is
so
really
please,
expensive. So
if you know any brands or any executives or any agencies that have access and they're looking for wholesome family content, that are looking for wholesome family content that they are comfortable sharing, you know, marrying their brand with. This is premium family content. Like anybody can watch this. And I mean,
we have fun.
And she's beautiful.
And you're handsome.
Stop. But, you know, I'm glad that you said that. So, guys, talk to your people. Get your people to, you know, just send us let's have this conversation. Let's figure out how to do this more often and, you know, put out more episodes so that we can have it all year round. I don't mind doing this every, you know, like putting out new episodes every week. Like, man, I can shoot every week, see, not to shoot. I can shoot every week as long as we have the backing that we desire and that we need. Yeah. We're willing to talk to you guys about anything, like as long as it's related to what we're about here. So please hit us up. Let us know.
Yeah.
Anyway, season 2.
For the final episode, we decided to have a conversation that we didn't really touch on when we started, which we both disagreed on.
Oh, yeah.
In season 1, but.
You won.
So yes, I won. And in season 2, we decided, you know what, let's have a talk. Let's tell you guys how the process went.
Yeah.
And this is how Keon started school.
So just a quick recap. I didn't think Keon should start school until he turned 3. His mother insisted that she wanted him to start school at 2. Not necessarily because she wanted him to, you know, go out in the world and, you know, get better quicker and all of that. She just wanted him to be able to leave the house so that she could, you know, go and walk.
Apart from that, because he was born during the COVID era.
During the lockdown.
Yeah, during the lockdown. I felt like his social life was just...
He was shielded, to be honest, for his
just
first
us.
year.
You, me, grandparents, the aunties and uncles.
Oh, speaking of the aunties, I have to say this. Keon has a collection of the best aunties in the world. Like, the ones that are related to him by blood and the ones that are related to him because his parents are pretty awesome people. Look, Keon's association of aunties, you guys are the best. And even the online aunties, God bless you guys. Because there are people who, in their minds, Keon is their nephew. And they have reached out and just sent Keon stuff randomly.
Thank you.
God bless you. We cannot mention all the names here, but you know yourselves. And we just want to really say thank you. You guys are amazing. Just so you know, Keon has daddy too. So if you would like to send Keon's daddy stuff, it will be great. I appreciate these things, you know. So
what's your size of shirt, please, daddy?
I wear a large. Okay. And my shoe size, do you want to ask me? My shoe size is 44. What else do you want to know, baby?
That's all.
Okay, just check it. But it doesn't have to be shirts and shoes.
Perfumes?
It can be any. Listen, I'm not difficult to make happy. I'm a very.
Where were we? School. Anyway, so when I wanted him to just leave the house and just go out and just meet people
With people his age.
Yes, and because he had not started talking properly.
Which we at the time we thought that it was a problem. We didn't realize that he was actually on track, but we just thought because everybody else in the house could talk, we were all adults and he was a baby, and we just felt like we thought he should be talking already. But she twisted my arm, and
I said as soon as he turned 2 that I was going to just go out and look for schools close to the house.
Let me confess something. As much as I was,
you just want to make sure I don't bring your leg out, right?
No, I have to do it myself because I know that that's what you're going to do.
All right.
So, the idea was we're going to go school shopping together, right? But I was busy. That period, there was just a lot of. I was on 2 projects at the same time, so I was, back and forth. So no. So I didn't have any free days. So the days that this project didn't need me, this other project had scheduled me for that day. So I didn't really have any free time.
Probably I was understanding.
Wait now. However, if I wanted to, I could have pushed, the producers of both projects and gotten some days off. But because I was being passive aggressive, because I didn't want Keon to start school at 2. When your mama said that it was time to go school shopping, I was like, I'm busy, I can't come with you. Because I thought that, she would be like, okay, let me just wait until he's, done with these projects. And then by then, the school session would have started, would have had to wait until the next session. But, I kind of forgot the kind of woman I was married to. So I forgot that she's self-sufficient, self-reliant, and very stubborn. And she thought to herself, oh, he's busy, fine. I'll just do it by myself. And then she went out there and she...
So, but before I went, we had to sit down and talk about it because, like we keep saying every time in all the episodes that you have to talk about everything. So we agreed that we're going to look for a school that was close to the house.
Yeah.
We didn't want one that was far away from the house or close to...
We just wanted a situation where, God forbid, if Kasala boss, I can run to the school and carry my child.
Yeah.
Period.
So I went to the first school. I asked around people who are our friends. So they told us about recommended some schools to us. So I went to the first school one day and I just looked, and it was a really nice school, good school, large compound where Keon can play around. Then I was also looking out for the number of kids in the class. Yeah. Because I think it varies for different parents. Some parents will say they don't want a classroom that has like 20-something kids. Some people will be like, oh, I just want 6 kids in my class, in their class, because I want the teachers to be able to pay attention to the students. And some people will like, I don't mind if they have to, the more the merrier, because you can play, but as long as you pay attention to every child, I'm okay with it. I was more particular about, we were more particular about, we didn't really care about the amount of
number of kids.
At first I was. Yeah. But as long as you have enough hands to take care of the kids. So
if you have 6 children and there's just 1 teacher, it's almost the same as having 18 children and then there are 3 teachers. You understand? So as long as the average per teacher is not too much.
Then I wanted a school that would teach Keon everything, socially, physically, mentally, just teach him everything that he needed to know, and that understood the family values. Like, help me here, family values.
Yeah.
That understood family values, that understood that were Christian. So
basically, it was just about values, faith, hygiene, quality of education. I don't want to use the word class, but we needed to get that sense of the fact that not only could they match the standards he had at home, they could help him, even want to aspire to a higher standard than what he was getting at home. I don't know. That's the only way that I can phrase it right now.
Anyway, so I went to the first school. It was really good. They had everything. And then I went to the second school and they took me around. I was actually going home because I had taken the brochure for the first school and I was going to show Ibrahim, and the school fees was okay. The school fees was okay.
It was actually a little lower than...
It was more expensive than the one we even picked.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
It was expensive. It was... The one we picked was
more affordable.
Yes. It was okay than the other one.
Baby.
Yes.
You scammed me. Because every one of the ways you sold it to me.
No. Okay, I'm so sorry. The first one was more expensive than the second one, the one we picked. The first one was more expensive than this one we picked. So the one we picked was, I was heading home and on my way, I remember that somebody had, Bio had mentioned and told me that, her sister lives around our area and that her sister's son goes to the school. So what sold me was that the son, she noticed the sister said the son wasn't talking properly. He was stuttering and wasn't making clear sentences. So they now changed school and he went there. And by second term, he was better.
Much better.
He was now talking clearly. He was bold to have conversations with people and he was just friendlier. So I'm like, okay. So I was heading home and it was on my way home and something just said, you know what?
Just stop by.
And check. So I stopped by and I drove in and when I got in, I thought wearing glasses would hide my...
I don't know why it's such a joke to me when you think that sunglasses was...
Yeah, sunglasses. So, but they recognized me and said, oh, hi, welcome. That's okay. Let's take you around. So they took me around school.
They toasted you.
Maybe, as in they sold me well. They toasted me. So took me around the school. They had, what I loved about it is that each student had their own seat and table and all. And each student had their own lockers, not outside, but inside the classroom. And also there was a blackboard and also a projector. So they would do the whole mathematics and everything. And they have where you can watch and just show you everything via a video. They learned via video as well. So I'm like, okay, that's not bad. And they had music class, they had computer class, they had they told me they had ballet, karate, they taught the kids how to plant, they had swimming, and swimming too, because Keon hadn't started swimming then. And I'm like, okay, it's not bad. I then asked, because I had a problem. At first, I had a problem with how many kids would be in the class because everybody has always been singing in my ear that, once your child starts school, the amount of bacteria and flu that you'll be coming back home with. So it depends on how many students are in the class. So I asked how many, and they told me they had like 18. But the thing is, they had 2 teachers and 2 assistants.
Yeah.
So
when you did the math, man, the average was just really good.
The average was good. So I'm like, okay, 2 teachers and 2 assistants. All right. Then they took me everywhere, showed me everywhere. I'm like, all right, thank you. Gave me the brochure. I said, let me go home and talk to Ibra about it. So Ibra came back home and I told him everything and compared that, okay, this school has this school has this. This is how much the school is saying. This is how much. And we found out that the second school was less than the first school and provided more.
There was definitely more value for money.
What sold me was the second one was closer to the house. So I told Ibro, the second one is closer to the house and it's cheaper. So let's just go with the second one. So he says, okay, then we looked through it. I called the school, we talked, I sent emails and Ibro made payments. And that was it. September comes and
I wasn't looking forward to it.
We told Keon, we tried to talk to, by then we've not started having conversations with Keon and saying, oh, this is what's happening. So we wake up in the morning and I made a video. So we wake up in the morning and Keon, we dressed Keon up. He was ready. His nanny, bless her, was awake. She dressed him up. And he was just surprised that Mama is in my room. We're just looking at when I'm making video. We're just looking at me like, what's going on? So we dressed him up. We took pictures. Both of us took him to school.
Yeah.
Because
it's true. At first, we used to take him to school together and pick him up together.
Yes. So both of us took him to school. And we got there and we left him.
Man.
They came, so you drive in and one of the teachers will come. As soon as your door is opening, somebody's standing there. I'm like, oh, hi, welcome. And pick the child up. So, tried to pick your Keon was way lean.
My heart broke. Like, my heart broke.
I had a video of Keon, Ibro holding, because Keon didn't want to let go of Ibro's head.
Like he grabbed, he just held on for dear life.
And so I was making a video and they dropped him and Ibro was like,
I was like, fighting it. I was
Dada, so... don't leave me. Don't leave.
Man, he broke me.
Then the proprietress was standing there and she said, don't worry, go, he'll be fine. And we left. We came back in the afternoon to pick Keon.
No, before that, right, we got home. And
he called. I called. I called, I'm like, how is he? Like, I was calling every hour.
As in?
I was like, how is he? Is he fine? They kept laughing and they said, don't worry. I said, I'm so sorry, I'm calling, but is he fine? Is he still crying?
We asked them to send us videos and they said no, that they don't send videos. Unless there's something wrong.
Unless there's something wrong. But no. They first said, okay, to reassure you that they don't do that, but to reassure us that they will send me pictures and video of what Keon is doing. But that they won't lie to me that he cried for a few minutes, slept, woke up, saw where he was, and continued crying again. I was like, where? So that they said it's understandable because of it was
separation
anxiety from us, so that he was going to get used to it. It would take time, but he would get used to it. He has to get used to the fact that he's not going to be seeing mommy and daddy
all day, every day.
That he'll have to hang out with his teacher and friends. And that we have to help. We can't show that we are sad whenever we are dropping him off.
Yeah.
We have to tell him, Keon, don't worry, you're going to have fun. And we'll drop him off.
We dropped him off at 7:30. We picked him up at... No, I think his first day, we picked him up before the end of the school day.
School ends at 1. We picked him up at 12.
Fam, it was the longest 4 or 5 hours of my existence at the time. I just didn't look time. I would try, I'll try, okay, Ibrahim, just distract yourself. I'll try and get some work done, press phone, do many things, and I'll check. 10 minutes don't pass. Oh my goodness. I couldn't even focus on the show that we were watching. Ihuoma kept calling like every hour. Then they now sent, I think they sent pictures, of him,
building blocks.
And then they said, don't worry, he's fine. He's cried a little, blah, blah, blah. We now asked, is he okay to come and get him? He said, first couple of days, we can let that. One time, 12 o'clock, entered the car, went to the school. Now, so you sign in, they'll make sure that it's you, it's you. Then the reception, they'll call his class, brought Keon out.
I don't know who was more happier to see each other. I don't know if it was Keon or if it was us, but three of us were happy to see each other.
We couldn't wait to get out of there, man.
We're hugging. He was like, Mama, Dada. They're crying again. I'm like, calm down now. We are here. We're now hugging. The next day, same thing. Next day,
I won't lie. I told you, Mama, he doesn't really have to go. She said, babe, he's going to school. I said, come on.
Because they had already told us that if we stop, it's like starting all over again.
To build up consistency.
So, packing things for him in school.
Oh, yeah. I think we overpacked the first week.
We packed diaper, we packed wipes, we packed a change of clothes, snacks, we packed a toy, banana, apple,
we overpacked.
Sprinkles, everything.
Just packed things, put inside his backpack.
Pringles?
Was this suitcase?
My dear.
Yeah, it was one that you can roll.
Yes.
You know those ones that you can drag like a suitcase can. We have a video, but we can't. He's wearing school uniform there.
No, just the box.
Of course. Oh, yes. It's Paw Patrol.
Okay.
Bag.
So, man, we
packed all that. Then it was, as time goes, the bag started reducing.
Because he was bringing back everything every day. He wasn't using it. So we now figured out the essentials, the things that he actually was using every day.
Pringles,
water. Because Keon drinks a lot of water. But baby, I noticed recently he doesn't drink as much water as he used to.
He still does.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he still does. We make sure he drinks, especially
when you make sure he drinks, he would drink. But you know how before he would literally just you fill up his bottle and he would down it and ask for more water. I feel like his consumption of water has reduced.
It comes and goes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Anyway, so we packed that, but as time goes, it started reducing. Then also as time goes, he wasn't crying as much as he used to. He started making friends at school, but he might just do it just to emotionally blackmail you when you drop him off in the morning to see if you
would let him go back
home. But no, we will not. But a few times, like when he started school, 2 weeks after, he fell ill.
Oh man, his first term.
He fell ill. He had the flu. And because as first-time parents, I didn't know how to handle it.
If he sneezes in the morning and maybe he's just running a bit of a temperature, he's not going to school that day. That's how I'll say. I'll put my foot down, say no, he's not going to school. And we're trying to protect the other kids. So if he had a cold, we'll just say, you know what, let's not take him to school so that he doesn't spread the other kids. This one else told us that this cold that used to come back with,
where do you think he's getting it from?
If every parent says that nobody go to school, okay? If he's sneezing, if he's running a bit of it. And
the good thing is that they have a dispensary in school. They have a nurse.
So there's a standby medical professional who is there for the children. But it is more than just one person, but she's the only one that communicates with the parents. So she just, a couple of times they called and said, oh, he was running temperature. What?
They would ask you permission
to give him.
Oh, this is what we want to give to him. Can we give it to him? This is how many ml should we administer to him? And you would say, if not, you can tell us, okay, what you want, and we can go and get it. Or you can say, if you live close by, somebody can get it to us. Or you can come and pick him up or her up.
Or they will ask what hospital, if it's a severe or if it's kind of serious, they'll ask you what hospital they can take him to. And then you come. Thankfully, that has never happened.
But he fell ill the second week, and he didn't go to school for a week. And the next time his teachers called and like, please, when is it? And the good thing, I love the school because every time they don't see Keon, they know that we drop him up at 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
But once they don't see Keon at 7:30 to 8, in short, once it's 8 and they've not seen Keon, they'll call and ask,
is Keon okay?
Keon's mommy, dear mommy, how are you doing this morning? I'm like, I'm fine. What about Keon? How is he? We did not see him today. I'm like, he's not feeling so well. He has to stay back. And stuff like, I forgot to mention that the first 2 weeks before he fell ill, every time I saw a call from the school, my hands would see.
Hey!
Because I'm like, hey, what has happened to my son? I will quickly, if I'm on set, sorry, hold on. Hello? Please, yes? How is he?
Okay.
I said, he's fine. I just wanted to tell you that you forgot his spoon.
Really? His spoon? That's why you called me? I was almost running to this. There was one time they were calling Ihuoma and her phone was not with her. She was on set. And I was on another set. And then so normally they know that the first person they call is her. If they cannot reach her, then they call me, right? So that's how I was filming, and it was they need to reset for another take. So I just pick up my phone. I just see school. They call me. Hey! I just picked. I was like, hello. They said, hello, daddy, how are you today? I said, I'm very well, thank you. Is Keon okay? They said, yes. We've been trying to reach mommy. Okay. Yeah, is Keon okay? Yes, we need to know. So the bottle of water in... See, in my mind, I'm like, yes, what about the bottle of water? We noticed that it's the one that was in the bag yesterday because we opened it yesterday. We took a little bit of... Is it okay if we still give him the same... give him from the same bottle of water into... Yes, please. Yes. Oh, thank you. Is that? Yes. Okay, thank you. Have it. See, when I hung up, I just realized that I was hyperventilating. my ears were warm. I was stressed, man. But now it has gotten so much easier.
Yeah. In our first episode, I mentioned how I always have a conversation with Keon before I take him to school. I'm like,
prep talk.
Yeah, prep talk. I'm like, Keon, you're going to see call his teachers and Miss Mary, Miss Esther, Miss AJ, call them and say Miss Victory and say, you're going to see Miss Bassi today. And he'll be like,
hold on. Are these their real names?
Yes.
Say something. Is it okay?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay.
So
the school
is not mentioned.
And some of them have left the school.
Okay.
So I'm like, you're going to see all these people. He'll be like, no, I don't want to see them. I'm like, you're going to see friends. You're going to play with numbers. You're going to play with letters and building blocks. I think that would sell. And they'll be like, okay. Then we'll get it. Then I count numbers with him until we get to the school and all that. So it's so much better now. And now that he's in...
Ooh, remember how, went through this phase where he was crying every day. Then one day, we woke Keon up, got him ready for school, and we know how you don't prepare your mind, say you go drop him off, you go cry small. And then he came down from the car and was like, okay, Dada, bye, see you later. I was like, sorry, what? And then my son just turned around and just walked away. I was like, okay, bye, Keon. And he just even did me the whole, bye. I was shocked. And then that was just it too. That was literally the switch. Keon just became... So when you get into the car, he'll sulk a little. You understand? But then the moment he gets to school, he's just like, okay, you go be. So he became a star at school. Like if you go to Keon's school and just say Keon, everybody knows him from primary 6 all the way down to nursery.
I don't know if it's because he's a cute baby or because he cries a lot. And
they first noticed him when he came because he used to scream the school down for the first 2 weeks. So all the teachers knew him. And then some of the students now knew him and then he now became the cute little guy who used to wave at everybody. And then everybody just became aware of Keon. So now I have videos of picking him up from school and then he's walking down the corridor. Bye, Keon, bye, Keon. You see older students poking their heads out of the windows and waving at him.
So for his first 2 terms, every time I went to drop him off at school and pick him up, I took a picture.
Yeah, we did that. We have like a lot of pictures.
Every day I went to pick him up and drop him off. I took a picture. When I pick him up, when I'm dropping him off, okay, we'll take pictures in the car. Picking him up, you do peace, like that. Then, the first inter-house sports.
Oh my goodness. Fam.
They used to do that sport in French.
Yes! They do it for the whole school, bro.
Bloomers, crèche, nursery, primary.
Everybody does inter-house sports.
The first inter-house sports.
Wait, before the inter-house sports, we went for their, what was it they called it? Like a...
Coffee morning.
No, open day. It was like open day, but they don't call it open. I don't know. They had that presentation in that hall.
Okay, wait, that's Christmas. That was Christmas. Was it Christmas? Yes, now. It was Christmas that he had to sing the carol.
Yes.
The Christmas carol. Okay, before that.
That was before inter-house, right?
Yes, that was before inter-house. So before the Christmas carol self, we had coffee morning where all the parents, new parents, returning parents, and new parents would meet. So we met, they all talked and we got up to introduce ourselves and say, oh, Keon, I think some kids in Keon's class were already talking. So when we said Keon's mommy and daddy, they thought, oh, they are Keon's mommy and daddy.
In my mind, I was like, what is the boy doing in class? Why?
So then they now took us to his class so that we'd see where he was.
So we see his activity books.
And everything. And they'll tell us how he's doing. And we'll go through the computer, the pictures they've taken. Over the whole term.
So they show you pictures and videos of him.
So that you know, the one they didn't send to us.
Because they stopped sending us stuff after like the first week.
Yeah.
Because they're like...
So they were some cute pictures of Keon. And we asked them if they could send it back to us. And they said, yeah, sure, they will send it to us. So anyway... We met some of the parents. So we just, once in a while, hello, hi, and that's it. Then Christmas Carol. Maybe say that one.
So Ihuoma was filming. So I was the one who was able to go. So I get there.
Covenant.
Yeah, sure, you're filming Covenant on time. So I go there and, I sit down, say hi. So first of all, we hung out for a bit before they started. So I said hi to the other parents who were there, just. So the proprietress came in and she was like, oh, she wanted me to sit in a particular... next to her. So we sat. So the thing starts, and I know my son. I knew that if he spots me, it's game over. Like, it's a wrap. So when the different classes were coming, together. You see, started from crash, tiny little cute people came, they did their thing. So when it was now Keon's class, so I just carried the, what do you call it? The
booklet.
That has the, not schedule. The program, I just covered my face. You understand? So they came out. Some other children saw their parents. Some of them waved. One or two of them did, but focused on the kept it going. Keon went past. He didn't see me, and he was very close to his teacher at that time. So they taught us about how separation anxiety. One of the ways to phase it out, for the parents is, if you can find someone else
that he can transfer.
He can transfer his attachment to. So that person now has the responsibility of weaning him off over the period of the term and get him integrated properly. So he had latched onto his class teacher and they were very close. So she was holding his hand and then the others were. So they came in, I hid my face, they got on stage, they, lined them up. They started doing their thing. They were singing.
Did Keon have a line?
Liners. He was just there. So there were parts where they would clap and then they would do their hands and all that. So he was doing, and then, so at some point, one of the students lost focus and then she started walking around. So his teacher left his side and was going to go and, get that one back. Keon just, at first, you just noticed that she had moved. That's how your boy just followed her. Now held her skirt, followed her until she got there. Then he followed. In my mind, I was like, oh my goodness, young man. Anyway, he got back into his position. He did that. They finished. He didn't have a line. He didn't say nothing. In my mind, I was like, ugh, when I was your age, boy, I was performing.
Yeah, right.
So they finished. In my mind, I was like, okay, great, right? They came down. They were now walking past. So I had forgotten. So I brought out my phone. I was trying to make a video. That's how Keon just
I was watching on Zoom.
Yeah, because they had a live the streaming. So I brought out my phone. I was making a video. You know how you're seeing through the screen? I saw the screen. I saw him see me. As soon as we just made eye contact, you know how he doesn't really have it. So you know how he's just going, that face that he has, where he's just like, okay, let's get this over and done with. Just so he's done. Oh my goodness. Dad! He's just like nothing.
I was watching on Zoom. I was like, oh my God. Keon, don't fall our hand.
He fell our hand. My boy just lost it, man. I was just like, his teacher carried him. He screamed all the way out.
Because Ibra couldn't carry him, so they had to go back.
So as soon as that happened, I just made my apologies. Some parents just started laughing at me. I was just like, and then I left, went downstairs. This teacher was like, yeah, it's fine. They finished. You can take him home. Keon was just screaming. Just gathered the stuff, gave him to me. He just gripped my neck like this until we got into the car. I was like, it's okay. I'm going home. He was just crying. I said, boy, I don't carry you. Come out now, my friend. You calm down.